So before you even think about opening up your third eye, there's some precautions you need to take, because a lot of people, they get really excited. They say, I want to open my third eye because then I can see the future, I can see the past, I can see all soul history and everything, right? But actually, there's a lot of things that you don't know, which is to do with, let's say, for example, if you could see everything, it means you can see the good and the bad. And that's why before you even think about opening up your third eye, it's very important to actually have these precautions in place and also know what your authorization is, which we're going to dive deep in on this video. But before we get into it, show reel, hit it. What's up guys, Namaste, this is Sri Akarshana here, and in this video I'm going to break down for you why you have to really think about this properly before you even go and do that root lock and squeeze that energy up and start opening up pineal gland and activation of third eye. Because if the whole channel is extremely clear, meaning your consciousness raises so high, you are so connected with the universe, what is likely to happen is you can see everything. Now, I know some of you will think, that sounds really cool, what's wrong with that? But everything meaning the good and the bad. Now, this is how it actually works, and I want to break this down for you, because I did a lot of training up in the mountains with Grandmaster Akshar, and actually before that I did a lot of different breathwork practices and healing practices. What I found was this: there are different levels of awakening. So let's say, for example, the moment we close our eyes and we're able to push that energy up, activate pineal gland and open up this third eye, what we're likely to see is maybe some like white light, or maybe even some purple colors and different colors, right? You can see because that's the energy flowing. That is saying your third eye is opening. But it doesn't mean that is like the end goal, that's everything. Actually, it's a continuation of the whole journey. So what it means is you can go so far in terms of understanding, seeing this dimension, then the dimension outside of it, then the dimension beyond that, and then being able to see absolute everything on how everything works. Now, I know some of you will be really excited by that and think that's really cool. But I want to share with you something that actually happened with me. And it wasn't so easy to deal with. And what I'm saying here is, when I actually went through that whole experience of being able to actually not just feel, not just like somebody asked recently, they said, so what was the difference between you before you went to the mountains and you after you went to the mountains? Like, were you always be able to see things? And what I was saying was, actually in the past, I had a feeling and a knowing, and that's why a lot of the time when I was doing healing for people, or I was doing past life regression and soul reading for people, I could feel and give them an idea of who they were in the past and what they've been through and what they're going through right now. The difference between the activation that happened in the training with Grandmaster Akshar is that then when it opens up fully, then you see everything. Like, it's not a guessing game anymore. It's not like a kind of a knowing, kind of a feeling. No, it's you see, you feel, you sense everything. And so when that happens, I actually went to a family wedding. And when I went to that family wedding, I seen one of my uncles there that I haven't seen for a long time. And when I seen him there, at the moment I looked into his eyes, and I'm saying eyes is because you start to realize that the eyes is the key to the soul. You see everything. So the moment you go through the energy, through the eyes, and you look, for some reason, I didn't try to see his past, see his future, but I seen actually a big illness. We're talking about something even like terminal type of thing, right? Now, when you see that, my question to you is, how will you handle it? In a moment like that, let's say you see a loved one and you see their future. Let's say you see exactly what they're going through, or something that they're going to go through and they haven't been through yet. How will you deal with it? Because a lot of people, they want to go on these different plant medicine trips and LSD and mushrooms and all this type of stuff, and they think, oh, it's really fun. But yes, it's good for the people who had a good experience for it, but there's also some people being able to see like different evil spirits and everything before and had a horrific experience from it. So what I'm saying here is, yes, a goal of opening up third eye, awakening consciousness should be there. But before you think it's just something you just toy around with, play around with, oh, hallucinate and see different things. Actually, it's not like that. You see the good and the bad. And then comes responsibility, right? I think it's in Spider-Man where they say, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So when we start to understand that you have great power, are you responsible enough? And do you have the spiritual strength to be able to deal with these things? That these are things you need to think about, right? Because what I realized was this, and this goes back to another video that I created about all these different plant medicines and ayahuasca trips and all these different things that people are going for, right? Now, obviously, if you feel you need to do that, then that's your choice. My knowing of it today is very different to the past. Because now I come to understand the universe, right? You practice yoga, you can do all the right practices, but if your spirit isn't strong enough, actually the universe will never give you authorization to organically go through the third eye gates into different dimensions to actually see everything, because they are also protecting you within this dimension, this reality, and this game. So if you were to go the organic way, you have to train up the body, the mind, the spirit to be strong enough before the access will even be granted for you to be able to see everything. Now, when you are using different stimulants to get there, what I always say is that's almost like taking the back door or hacking the system. When you hack some system, there will always be something that comes back. You see, if you don't go the organic way, if you don't go through the front door, you go through the side door, right? And you break through using something else, there will always be something that comes back. This is all cause and effect. These are all universal laws and universal principles. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. And I hope it's opened your mind up to understand a little bit more. I know with what I just shared, there'll be a lot of different questions come from it. If you have questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And if you would like me to make further videos in terms of talking about activation of pineal gland and third eye, if you still want that knowledge in terms of how to do it, just drop it in the comments below. If there's enough demand, I'll create a separate video talking about the whole experience of it and how to actually do it properly. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, if you got anything out of it, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know your experiences and let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, I'm signing out. Ciao.